Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Lakers already understand that to play against favorite teams for the championship they will need to improve their squad, and after being defeated once again by the Denver Nuggets, manager Rob Pelinka will try to make deals and sign the third star. Could Paul George transform the Lakers into title contenders? The idea of Paul George donning a Los Angeles Lakers jersey has stirred up plenty of debate among NBA fans and analysts. Clutch Points writer Anthony Irwin recently floated a blockbuster trade scenario that would send George to the Lakers in exchange for a package centered around key rotational players and future draft picks. While the trade could theoretically bolster the Lakers' championship aspirations, the proposed deal raises as many questions as it answers. Lakers receive Paul George. Sixers receive D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, 2 first-round picks, 2029 and 2031. The trade package Irwin outlined includes D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and either Jackson Hayes or Cam Reddish, along with 2 future first-round picks, 2029 and 2031, and possibly a few second-rounders or pick swaps. Some variations even suggest the inclusion of young players like Dalton Knecht or Austin Reeves, which would likely sweeten the pot for the Philadelphia 76ers. For the Sixers, who have struggled to a dismal 3-12 start this season, this trade represents an opportunity to pivot toward rebuilding. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George have struggled to find synergy amid injuries and internal dysfunction. If the Sixers were to blow it up, moving George for younger assets and picks might make sense. From a basketball perspective, adding Paul George could address several of the Lakers' needs. George is a versatile wing player who excels in catch-and-shoot situations, ball handling, and defense. His skill set complements LeBron James and Anthony Davis, potentially giving the Lakers a formidable trio capable of competing with the best in the Western Conference. However, acquiring George comes with significant risks. The biggest concern is his injury history. Over the years, George has missed substantial time due to various ailments, including shoulder and leg injuries. For a Lakers team already dealing with the fragility of its stars, adding another injury-prone player might be a recipe for disaster. While George has the talent to be a significant asset, his current form leaves much to be desired. This season, he has played in only 8 of the 76ers' 15 games, averaging 14.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game. His shooting splits of 38.3% from the field and 27.8% from beyond the arc are well below his career averages. These numbers raise questions about whether George, now 34 years old, is still capable of playing at an elite level or if he is entering the twilight of his career. Furthermore, George's massive $49.2 million contract this season, and a potential extension, would limit the Lakers' financial flexibility. Trading away multiple players and future draft capital could leave the Lakers with a top-heavy roster and little room to maneuver in the coming years. Fans have also expressed skepticism about George's ability to deliver in high-stakes moments. His past postseason performances have been inconsistent, with some memorable struggles earning him the nickname Pandemic P. Many Lakers fans, weary of another Westbrook-like situation, are hesitant to bet their team's future on a player with a checkered track record. Unsurprisingly, Lakers fans have been divided on the trade proposal. A Twitter poll conducted by Irwin showed that 55.3% of fans opposed the trade, while 44.7% supported it. The reactions highlighted a mix of frustration, skepticism, and cautious optimism. One fan put it bluntly, saying, "This would be worse than the Westbrook trade by a wide margin." Another added, "PG is overrated, injury-prone, and already on the decline." To top it off, he never takes accountability. Laker fans will hate him real quick. However, not everyone was entirely against the idea. A different fan remarked, "I like PG, but his contract is too much money, and he's too injury-prone." Another chimed in with, "He's older and inconsistent, but he'd be a solid third option if healthy." Making the trade work under the NBA's current collective bargaining agreement, CBA, would be complicated. Both the Lakers and Sixers are close to the second salary cap apron, which imposes strict financial limitations. The trade would need to be nearly dollar for dollar, leaving little wiggle room for either team to fill roster spots left vacant by outgoing players. Additionally, other teams with more draft capital or better young assets could outbid the Lakers if George became available. The Lakers' ability to land George hinges not only on their willingness to part with key players and picks, but also on the competition from other suitors. While the idea of Paul George in a Lakers uniform is intriguing, the risks far outweigh the potential rewards. His poor shooting percentages this season, combined with his injury history and hefty contract, make him a questionable fit for a team aiming to maximize its championship window. Fan skepticism, reflected in the poll results and online reactions, underscores the uncertainty surrounding George's ability to elevate the Lakers. Ultimately, unless the 76ers are willing to part with George at a bargain price, the Lakers might be better off exploring other options to strengthen their roster. Trading for a star is always tempting, but in this case, it might be wiser for the Lakers to prioritize depth, durability, and long-term flexibility over a gamble on George's fading star power. J.J. Redick, Lakers need to address weaknesses defensively. The Los Angeles Lakers have already seen some major benefits from having J.J. Redick as their new head coach. They are 10-6 through 16 games, better than they have been in each of the last few seasons to this point, and they have the fourth best offense in basketball via offensive rating. But where they have really struggled is on defense. Saturday night's collapse loss to the Denver Nuggets highlighted what was already known as an issue, which is that the Lakers are not good defensively. Prior to games beginning on Sunday, LA ranked 27th in the NBA in defensive rating. They are the only team in the bottom 9 with a winning record. And Redick knows that it's a massive thing the Lakers need to work on. But he also knows it's not just a player or a coach issue, it's something that needs to be figured out team-wide. "Some of coaching is playing whack-a-mole," Redick said. "You have to address weaknesses. Certainly did some of that stuff yesterday in film and on the court and felt pretty good about our overall just process and game plan coming into tonight. And we didn't execute it. But in terms of the defensive stuff, and I told the group this yesterday, like we can point to whatever we want to point to. Me and my staff will take some ownership on that as well. It's not just players not executing the game plan. It's all of us, like we're all on the same team. We all want the same outcome. We all want to be a good defensive team. So we've got to figure out that together." Redick has shown very early on that he is a more than capable NBA head coach. But like the team itself, he is going to go through some growing pains. And one of those pains is going to be figuring out how to improve defensively. And they need to do so in a hurry, because their record looks to be a mirage among the other bad defensive teams. Michael Malone praises J.J. Redick. Ahead of their matchup against the Lakers, Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone had high praise for J.J. Redick. "This is not a cop-out because I think J.J. in his first year as a head coach is doing a hell of a job," Malone said. "Most first-year head coaches take over teams that are not built to win now. Most first-year head coaches have taken over teams that are almost starting anew. I would compare it to when Mike Brown took over in Cleveland with LeBron and that team was ready to win. So I think JJ is doing a hell of a job. But to compare JJ versus Darvin, this year to last year, I would be remiss to kind of speak on that because I was watching Dallas film and then I was watching our game after on the plane last night and then you turn the page quickly and get ready for tonight. But obviously we know that they still excel in transition, that's where they're great. They dominate in the paint, they live at the foul line. And you have two All-NBA players in LeBron and AD, and then you surround them with guys like Austin Reeves, who is a winner, tough kid, tough matchup. A hell of a rookie in Dalton Knecht, who's a Colorado kid by the way. And then Rui Hachimura, who is coming back tonight, and all of the other pieces that they have. JJ has got a really good group of guys to work with, and when you have a guy like LeBron that you can play through every night, who has one of the best IQs that I've ever been around, that's such an advantage for a young coach like JJ. I'll have a better answer next time, I promise.